and it is about 5:45 in the morning. We are back at Boston Airport, ready to head on home, get on the bus, and make our way out of here. So, gonna get to the bus, get on over to the airport, and get checked in. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all that my bag got gigged by security. All the wires and laptops and photo stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's the line for Dunkin's. Dunkin's. See me packed out flight. Lots of kids. A lot of stuff. And Nikki's in the back. There's a shoe in my face. Okay, so I'm gonna work on the footage actually from yesterday to get that done while we start taking off. And while Lucas plays on the tablet. And the Switch. So I'm gonna go work on some footage. Now for flight 2. You were still in the interview. I'm not doing it. There we are. Okay, so that is it for that portion of the trip. Now, get our bags, head on home, and then actually get back to work. So yeah, lots and lots of work today to do. Still got to post the video. Haven't even had a chance to do that, so yeah. Well, I guess while we're sitting here waiting on roadside assistance, I can get into the first part of today's topic, which is change. So there are 3 types of change in this world. The first type we're going to talk about is the change in your pocket. Much like the change in your pocket, there's things in your life that are just kind of the leftovers, the remainder, the stuff that just kind of sits around, gets knocked around the washing machine, and ends up somewhere down the side. Your wife finds it, she puts it into a piggy bank, and a couple years later, maybe you find it and take it out and do something with it. So the second part of change is the actual act of becoming something different, to become something else other than what you currently are. And so in our lives, as we're kind of going about, into this new year, we realize that there's the physical process of becoming a different person and becoming, healthier and all these different things. But that's not the most important part. The actual most important part of change is the last portion, which is the actual change itself. Okay. And so the last little bit to change is kind of the end result of those last 2 things. So first we had, that aspect of the leftovers, the results of you pay a bill and you get a little bit of money back for it. You're technically not getting money back, you're just getting little bits of that payment back, you might say. And a lot like our life, when we put things in there, when we spend ourselves for others, for various things, learning, growing, developing, we get little bits back, and that's what ends up filling up the piggy bank of our lives, and it just kind of sits there, and depending on what you do with it is what's really going to matter. So you can sit there and just let the change sit in your cup holder, or let it sit off to the side, or just swish around in the washing machine. But you could also take that and invest it into the next part of your life, into developing into something more. Much like people take their change, they put it into a piggy bank to be able to use later on for something else. You can take those little bits of your life that have grown and that have been just kind of the little results of things, and you can invest it to become better, to become more than what you are now. Which leads into the second part, which is actually the process of growing and changing. So you invest, you change, you're working towards becoming something better. And that is kind of the process, the steps. So a lot of people, the old montage of, life's about the journey, not the end. It's all about the journey and the experience, not about the end result. Well, that's kind of what this goes into. The way in which you change, the way in which you become something else is what's really important here. So that takes us into the final portion, which is the end result, who you want to become. So if you have a vision set out for that end result of what you want to be, use those other things to become that. Take your experience, become. Take the journey, become what you want to be. Change into who you, into what God, into what is the person that's actually down in here, the person that you foresee as being the end result. That's it for today for me. I'm gonna head out and finish some stuff for the evening. Here's a secret. This last portion is being filmed the next day. So yeah, I forgot to do that last night. I'm about to head out and do some other stuff and get started on finishing the edit for this. See what today has for me. God bless. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.